Okay, so we're going to define what taste aversion is, and I found a really good definition via Google, and it's a conditioned taste aversion occurs when an animal associates the taste of a certain food with symptoms caused by a toxic, bitter, or a poisonous or scald flavor in the substance. It usually comes after the response of this is either nausea, sickness, or vomiting. So we're going to find out why Garcia and Coling, what they found out with the rat experiments that they did. And what they did was in stage 1, the thirsty rats provided with saccharin flavored water, they were paired with bright light and a clicking noise. And then, so group 1 was shocked when they would, that's the unconditioned response. So they were shocked whenever they would drink it. And then this group 2 was exposed to radiation via rays, so that's what caused them to become sick, and that was their unconditioned response. Remember, these are 2 groups. Okay, and then after that, stage 2, both groups avoided the flavored water via smell. That was the conditioned response. So they had acquired a taste aversion of the saccharin flavored water via smell. And then the part 2 of the experiment, stage 1, the rats were provided with water via 1 or 2 procedures. They had the saccharin flavored water, which they had no light this time or the clicking noise. The unflavored was paired with the bright light and the clicking noise. So it's opposite. Okay, and then stage 2, group 1, rats were subjected to pain, unconditioned response via shocks, and then avoided the water. That was their conditioned response. Is whenever it was paired with the light, they avoided, and click, they avoided the water, or when it was paired with the shocks. But they would drink saccharin flavored water when there was no light or noise. Group 2 rats ill originally from radiation would not drink the water. That would be their conditioning response to the saccharin flavored water. Let's see. And then, so the conclusion of this experiment is the rats had learned to avoid the unconditioned response, really. And the shock or nausea-inducing drug by avoiding the water paired with it. Whatever the water was paired with, if it was paired with, with the shocks or the nausea with the inducing of the X-ray drug, that's what they would avoid. Rats always associate stimuli in ways that foster survival. So this brings the question of the survival techniques. What unusual properties have we managed to learn to get, to benefit us for survival of a taste aversion? And I found a really good paragraph in the book in Logue on page 94, and it says, many subsequent experiments have found that taste aversion learning has some other unusual properties that may help you survive. So the example would be taste aversion requires up to 24 hours when you consume a food that has some kind of poison in it. So this is helpful because it can take 24 hours to really affect the body. So that gives people time to, seek treatment or vomit it up or do whatever they need to do to get it out of their system instead of directly just hitting them. Anyways, and in addition, there's other things as well. Remember, there's the rats, how they had the thiamine deficient food in the Rosin's experiment with specific hungers. So they, as they tasted bitter, which is that's considered a food aversion. So there's also parts where they would, in that experiment, where they would turn the bowl over because they knew it was bitter tasting, and it had a very bad result last time of them eating it. So pretty much it helps us avoid poisonous items, no matter what circumstance it's under, if it's encountered. And then finally, the fact that taste aversions are more likely to form to novel foods and often form just one pairing of taste with illness helps to ensure that as much as possible we stay away from foods that are likely to make us sick. So one application of taste aversion would be, since bitter tends to be a food that we really don't like the taste of, like Logan was stating, a lot of poisonous things, they taste bad, or they have a smell to them. Like in the experiment with the rats, how just the smell of that water, of that saccharine water, just made them not want to drink it, because they had formed a taste aversion with the smell and the taste. So not just your taste, it's not just your taste, it's your smell as well, and it's your sight. It can be all of your senses that can, and your hearing, because they said the clicking noise, and also the flashing light. So it's all of your senses that provide survival for these taste aversions, because they're working together to help you realize that if something's not good for your body. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I have.